Welcome to another video, an OG55 member topic video. We've been doing these member topic videos. We reached out to our members of the channel and asked them to provide topics for various videos. Every topic that we received, we will doing an entire standalone video on that topic. Today's video is from OG55 member Ian Grimm. We were talking about favorite Disneyland commercials over the decades, and we're going to end with the most recent. It's going to be a banger show. I got the Italiano in the house today. Let's go. Here we go. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. We are doing a member-picked topic today. Like I said, we reached out to OG55 members here on the channel, and every single submitted topic, we are making a standalone video for that topic. I also do want to welcome a new member, Disney Diva Gem. I can have a whole list. I can see every member, and Disney Diva recently became a member a few days ago. Gem, we thank you so much for becoming a member here on the channel. George, otherwise known as That Guy.
Oh my God, I'm really that guy. Yeah, bitch, I'm outside.
He's not outside. He's inside the OG55 studios, and he's ready to go. Where can everybody find you on social media, George?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You can also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There we go. I'm with that guy George. Okay, here we go. Ian Grimm, a friend of the channel who we got to meet at the OG55 meetup back in August. Great guy. Thank you, Ian, for being a member, and thank you for this fantastic topic. Reaction video idea. Favorite Disneyland commercials over the decades. Okay, great topic. So let's start this off, George, with DCA. We're gonna watch this and then we'll talk about it. This is the lead up to DCA 1.0, which is kind of crazy now. It's like a whole different park basically at this point. All right, here it is.
Something really big is happening next door to Disneyland in California.
Heads up, everybody. We have a new neighbor.
Oh no, the world ends at the gate. Disneyland's what?
Not from this coordinate, Miss White. Aha! They're from California. Ooh, nice limo.
Is there a prince inside?
Sorry, girls, but any interest in a very large bear?
Introducing Disney's California Adventure. A whole new theme park filled with the fun and adventures of California. Right next door to Disneyland, where the magic began.
Let's go see him.
Easy, big guy. Nobody likes a nosy neighbor.
Disney's California Adventure, opening February.
Okay, so
Okay, can I
interesting.
say something that even 1.0 was so cheap and cheesy, even for the commercial, that when they showcased supposedly Grizzly River Run, it was a clip of Cali River Rapids from Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. And that might have been, to be fair, that might have been because the construction timeline might not have been far enough along for them to show actual footage. But you're right. It is kind of weird. It was obviously not, from the California version of that attraction. Interesting too, like the selling point, like when you saw the princesses and they're like, oh, is there going to be a princess in there? And they were like, no princesses here. It's like they were really marketing this park as like the anti-Disneyland, so to speak. Like, and I get it. I get the mindset. You want to, if you're going to build a second gate, you want it to have a different sort of personality than the original.
Right.
Which is kind of weird though. I get it. You don't want the princess and all that, but it's interesting to kind of see that play out again in these commercials. I think Disney has gone in a much different direction now with California Adventure.
Absolutely. Because if you not even just take the princesses, take all the characters, they were kind of like looking across the street, like to say, what's going on over there? So it's almost like there was not going to be even no Disney characters over at DCA.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, well, let's go meet them. Let's go see what it's like. And then Buzz is like, hold on there, big fella. No one likes a nosy neighbor. Like to say, like, nothing of the Disney side of Disneyland was going to ever touch DCA.
Right. And I appreciate the ambition, so to speak, with that idea of kind of trying to do something that isn't like focused on these franchises. But we did that with Epcot, and it didn't really work for Epcot. I think people, the normies at least, want the characters. They want to meet Mickey, whether it's Disneyland or Magic Kingdom or Epcot or any of these parks. They want some of that Disney kind of DNA in those parks.
Yeah.
I get it, nerds. I know we're all nerds. We all want the non-IP stuff. I understand that. But the soccer mom wants this. Wants the princesses and Stitch and everything else, right? So, yeah, it was funny because no princesses here, but we have a giant grizzly bear mountain, it's like interesting marketing tool. In hindsight, it's fascinating. They should actually show this commercial in universities. Let's analyze and study this. Like, what went wrong here? Because you could see with this marketing where what they were trying to do with it, right?
Yeah.
And everything that they were trying to do with it didn't really work out. The general public really rejected this concept at the end of the day. Now, it didn't help that the execution was piss poor. I think you could have got away with maybe a more California IP list park if the execution was done a little better than it was. But at the end of the day, though, people come to Disney because they want the Disney IP. But what say you, George?
I completely agree. I think, as you had mentioned with Epcot, they were kind of suffering through that same notion that it's like, yeah, they want to see that Disney DNA. They want to see a little bit of splice of Disney everywhere, no matter in what degree it's going to be, and what have you, like what the overall gist of what the park is about. They're just like, as long as Mickey's part of it, you get some Disney IP in there, you're good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go. Cali at Animal Kingdom. I think that was more or less just the Grizzly River one probably wasn't far enough where they can film anything, but it is kind of funny. Your vehicles are much nicer than ours, though. I will say that.
They are more spacious, so I'll give it that.
And I think they're just more themed, too. They just look more...
Theme park filled with the fun Disney's California Adventure. A whole new theme.
Yeah, they just look more themed. I don't know. They look nicer.
Filled with.
And this was obviously, Soarin' was obviously like the standalone hit for California Adventure. Yeah. This was the ride that everyone just loved. And it's still there today. Not California, but, the attraction itself. Now this, what say you, George?
Wow. Okay, so I don't have a problem with Pixar Pier. I don't. Do I think it's best themed? No. Do I still enjoy it? Yes. When I look at this, when it was the original Paradise Pier 1.0, before they added World of Color, before they changed the Orange Stinger to Silly Symphony Swings and what have you, if someone were to show me a picture of this and said this is in a Disney park, I would never believe them. I would say, oh, this is at Coney Island, or this is in Six Flags or something. I would never think that this was part of a Disney park.
We can complain about current Disney, the Mouse House, all day long. I get it. But this was not it. And the additions they've made to this area over the years, like Midway Mania, with that... I do apologize. I am getting over a cold. The additions they made over the years with the Victorian architecture, with Midway Mania, and kind of filling out the pier with some actual stuff, looks so much better. Getting rid of that god ugly Maliboomer, that ugly orange, it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, it's one thing to have stuff that's non-IP, but this is not the route to go if you're going to do something non-IP.
Yeah, it was just execution was shitty. It really was. This was hideous. I remember
that had a little bit of an IP to this was the Mickey-shaped head on California Screamin', the original before the sun.
And they show it here, I think. Let's see. Oh, and Superstar Limo. Remember that, Jim?
Filled with the fun and adventures of California. Right next door to Disneyland, where the magic began.
Let's
Oh,
go
maybe
see
not.
him. Easy, big guy. Nobody likes a nosy neighbor.
Disney's California Adventure, opening February.
Yeah, interesting. It just look. I absolutely love DCA. I've said all along I'm a huge advocate for that park, but it just didn't out the gate. There was a lot of flaws. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. All right, next commercial.
Let's do it.
Disneyland's 50th, which was one of the best anniversaries in my opinion. Let's talk about this commercial. Here we go.
Sorry, bro. Can you pause that real quick?
Left at the pyramid.
I just have to say, at the beginning of that commercial, it kind of caught me off guard because when I first saw it on TV, like I thought it was going to be a promo for like Spider-Man or Superman or something.
Right.
Like it starts you off like really high, like in the sky, like something's going to be flying by you, and you think it's going to be Spider-Man or Superman, but nope, it's Dumbo.
Yeah, and if this commercial was done today, it would absolutely be Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
100%. They wouldn't have Dumbo out there. It'd be Spider-Man.
No, you should have turned left at the pyramid.
Hey, we're gonna miss the anniversary. Maybe we should dog paddle, eh?
Whoa! Sure you got everything? Ready?
Hold your horses. I almost fell off that time.
Say, this herd's moving kind of slow, eh?
I mean, the music was just so epic, though, wasn't it? It was just like
Yeah.
it got you so hyped for this
Well,
thing,
and
you know?
especially because you didn't know what this was all going to be about, but you
Right.
were intrigued. It was like, okay, they're showcasing all these Disney characters, but why? Like,
Yeah, it
because
was.
it was before the time and age of social media. You know, like with social media, they say, "Oh, Disney's going to drop the first promo for this and
Right.
that." They didn't do that back in the day. They just dropped it, and you didn't know what it was about.
Exactly. This was a hype machine. I was so hyped for this thing. I'm telling you, when this commercial dropped, I was energized, bro. This was like they just haven't hit the same kind of vibe since then, in my opinion.
Go left, right. No, left is right.
No, I don't have any quarters.
It's our biggest celebration in 50 years, and everybody is going to be there. The only one missing is you.
Hey, George, this kid right here
Is you.
is probably your age now.
Yeah.
Like, no joke, he probably is, dude. He's probably like in his
I
30s.
would say, let's see. Well, I was 15 when.
Yeah, and this was 20 years ago.
Yeah, so 15. He was about like maybe so 10. So he may be like maybe 25.
Yeah, maybe 25, pushing 30.
Yeah,
Crazy, right?
that's
I mean,
that's something.
This upcoming year, 2025, it'll be the 20th anniversary of the 50th.
Dang.
Dude, bro.
Log on to find out more about all the new attractions coming this year to the happiest celebration on Earth.
Oh, we got Stitch. That's great. So the 50th was a very special time in Disney history. I absolutely fell in love with the celebration. I think to this day, I think it probably is the best celebration in my lifetime that I remember, at least. Because I was going to the park since I was a kid, and I went to the 35th and all that. But I was young. I don't really remember too much about it. The 50th, though, I was a little old enough to remember, and the hype was unreal. They had this huge thing for the Rose Parade over there in Pasadena. This huge 50th Rose Parade float. They had all the characters and performers dancing around it with the music. They were hyping this thing like you would not believe. It was so incredible. Great commercial. Overall thoughts, George?
I absolutely love the commercial. I remember it. Like when you brought it up, I was like, it's like I remembered it, but yet it wasn't like in my like frontal lobe of the capacity of like thinking about it until it just jarred my memory, and I was like, oh shit, I remember watching that promo on the television when they were hyping the 50th up, and it was like Yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like the 50th was, I think, the best celebration for an anniversary. I would say the 60th is second, but I do agree with you. I feel like that they went a little bit too elegant for the 60th.
That's a great way of putting it. I was trying to figure it out, and we're gonna talk about it because we're gonna play the recent 70th anniversary video. But the 60th was too elegant. That's exactly what it was. I was trying to say it took itself too seriously. There was like they kind of took the fun out of it, you know. And I love Disneyland Forever. It's a beautiful show. Well, the beginning is beautiful and the ending is beautiful. In the middle, it's a typical fireworks show that has nothing to do with the parks, you know. But even in the beginning, one of my favorite moments with 60 years ago, where you were standing used to be an orange grove, right? An orange grove, and then one incredible man with a vision, you know, he envisioned a magic kingdom. It's beautiful messaging, but it was also very serious and like mystical, you know. And a lot of the celebrations of years past, if you look at like the 50th anniversary, it was like that was epic, that commercial for the 50th, but it had like this fun vibe to it. Like the 60th never had a funness to it. It was all silver and blue and very like 60 years ago, incredible human being, Walt Disney. You know, it was that kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, but it was just I missed the fun element in there. You know,
and you could have a little bit of a serious tone, but kind of like mix it in with the fun. For instance, like for the 50th anniversary, you had that fun promo. Everything was so lively and upbeat, but yet Leanne Rimes did the song "Remember When."
Yes,
which it kind of gave that very pull on the heartstrings kind of moment where it was like, okay, this is what the 50th anniversary is about.
Absolutely. And I do want to give a shout out again to Ian Grimm for this topic. I absolutely love doing this. I wouldn't even mind doing a part 2 on this one, to be honest with you.
We might have to, because he gave us a pretty lengthy list, so I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah, we might have to do part 2 on this one. Here we go.
Bro, did you want to did you want to set the stage for what this was?
Oh yeah, I probably should. That's a good idea. So this is the Main Street Electrical Parade, the Vault commercial, the return of the Main Street Electrical Parade, which this is one of my favorite parades. I know a lot of fans like to shit on this parade. This parade is a legendary parade. No parade will ever reach the status of this parade. Agreed. This parade is absolutely iconic. It's just, come on, the music, the visuals, it changed the game forever for parades. And I get it. It looks outdated now, but come on, you can't deny this thing was such an epic parade. And also personally for me, this was my grandma's favorite thing. My grandma passed away a long time ago, 2003. So it will always hold a special place in my heart. But this commercial is amazing. So here we go. Good choice, Ian. Let's check it out. Now,
I didn't know that they filmed in John Stamos' living room.
Yeah, exactly. This is his living room, John Stamos, dude. Exactly. Every time I hear that Star Tours chime, I think I'm getting a text message. That's literally my text message chime. Dude, this is incredible here, man.
And I love how they pay tribute to everything that's in there. Like if you look at the right-hand sign, you see one of the Dumbo vehicles. It's gold for signifying for the 50th anniversary. You have the classic original Disneyland sign in the back. You have
the Skyway.
Yep.
The rocket jets. You even have Adventures Through Inner Space, which is now Star Tours right here. Dude, you got all kinds of stuff in here, man. This is amazing. Old Autopia.
That little, what was that? Is that Autopia?
Autopia right here, yeah.
And then on the right-hand side, you can kind of see an old kind of like popcorn vendor cart. The little red cart.
Oh, yeah. And this is the sea serpent in the submarine lagoon. Dude, just epic. Again, everybody, John Stamos' living room. Incredible stuff here. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. What say you, George?
I mean, I agree with you, everything that you said about the parade. For the commercial itself, they were so clever of how they like hyped the return of this parade coming back to Disneyland with this commercial. And I felt like at the time, as you can see by the title, this was in 2017, and I felt like that was a time where Disney was like at its core moment, like with things like where they already announced Galaxy's Edge, Pandora was just opening, Mission Breakout was just opening, Electrical Parade was coming back. They did the cleverness of these kind of like TV spots to kind of showcase and promote said things returning. So it was a really good time before some of the dark times afterwards.
Yeah, no, this was Disney was riding high on all cylinders in 2017. So yeah, and then I kind of fast forwarded a little bit because I'm sure that Electrical Parade music is gonna copyright the shit out of me, but it's coming home, everybody. It's coming home. Yeah, and it recently came home again a few years ago for its 50th anniversary, and I loved the new spiel at the beginning with "To all who come to this happy place." I thought that was amazing, dude.
And I absolutely love how they dedicated a commercial just for the Electrical Parade. It was so easy that they could have mixed it in with just a regular Disneyland promotional commercial where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, starting January 20th, 2017 or 2018, the Electrical Parade's coming back. They could have just had a little snippet of it in the promotional, but they dedicated a whole promo commercial for the Electrical Parade. And I kind of hope they go that route with Paint the Night. I would love to see that.
Yes, absolutely. So great commercial, great parade. I don't care what the fans say. The Electrical Parade is top tier. It's amazing. You wouldn't have Paint the Night if it wasn't for the Electrical Parade. So iconic parade. So, all right, let's move on to our next commercial. These are great. I'm telling you, Ian Grimm, you came through, dude, with these commercials. Yeah. Absolutely. Cars Land opening day TV spot. Here we go.
And I love this kind of stuff because it's very nostalgia because, again, you never really think about it. And then when you go back to it, it's like, oh, damn, I remember being in that time where all this shit was happening. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, the track looks perfect.
Get her done.
Guests. Yeah, so they can race. Hey!
Ka-chow! Bellissimo! Guido, our tires are flying! Whoa! Little tractor!
That didn't age too well, did it? This one?
Yeah, no,
the attraction, I appreciate what they were trying to do here. I think Lasseter wanted to kind of pay an homage to the old flying saucer in Tomorrowland. I appreciate the effort to sort of bring that technology back. But these
operational standpoint, it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. And the design, these were way too big. You couldn't move those things. They were ridiculously big. So, but I like Luigi's dancing cars now, or Rollickin' Roadster.
Rollickin' Roadsters.
Yeah, very cute. It's very much like a next-gen teacups, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And our friend Alia, shout out to Alia, right? She loves
she oh my gosh, like I had the opportunity to ride this ride with Alia. I tell you what, her laugh is so contagious that it's just you just had to have fun with it. It was awesome. It was a great time.
Yeah, she's amazing. I didn't get to ride with you guys. I was with you that day, but I had to leave. But I guess you rode it later on that evening.
We got to, but all three of us got to ride Mike and Sully to the rescue.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Big shout out to Alia. She's family here at OG55. We love Alia.
Little tractors, dance! Here we go, tractors with big whirl.
They're here!
It is a time!
A whole new land opens June 15th. Cars Land at Disney California Adventure Park. Get ready to be floored.
Don't you just love that new park smell?
Get ready to be floored. They love their Cars puns.
Oh, they do.
You know, it's hilarious. Weren't they calling the Frontierland expansion over there in Magic Kingdom Frontier Land?
Frontier Land, yeah.
Incredible stuff. I know the fans, that drives them nuts. I know.
Absolutely.
I know that bothers a lot of people, but it's cute, you know. But yeah, I mean, what do you think overall? It was a cute commercial, you know.
It's a very cute commercial. It's very, sticks to the theming of like what the Cars films are. I absolutely love this land from day one. It's still my favorite land in all of DCA.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there will ever be a land that will compete with it as far as like how grand scale. Well, okay, well, but Pandora might give it a run for its money. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, and I'm telling you, Floridians, I know you're upset about Rivers of America, and you have a right to be. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to feel, okay? Just to make that clear. But the natural, and I'm putting natural, quote unquote, natural beauty of this land is incredible. The grand reveals, the rock work, the vistas are amazing. I get it. There's cartoon cars in there. Yes, there is. But you are getting so much landscaping and rock work, and I mean it's really, I do believe this area over there at Magic Kingdom will look absolutely beautiful. So I understand it's a cartoon franchise, but the rock work, you're going to have waterfalls and all kinds of crazy stuff in there. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and you're also going to have a Grizzly Peak sort of national park element in there as well, which I think will be absolutely breathtaking. So we'll see. Cars Land, one of the best experiences at DCA. Go ahead, George.
The only problem that with waterfalls is you can't go chasing them.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to TLC. I love TLC. All right, final video of today. We've done the decades. You know, we've gone through a lot of Disney history today. 2005, 2017, 2012, 2001. Now we're coming back to just a few days ago for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. We're going to play this and we're going to talk about it. Here we go.
Something happy is happening you don't want to miss. It's the Disneyland Resort 70th celebration. And you're invited to this special event with new nighttime shows and limited time experiences. Celebrate happy with us at the happiest place on earth. Visit Disneyland.com/70 for more details.
Okay, now we were talking. We did a video. I think it was with Sam Chat, and he was asking. No, you know what? I'm sorry. It was with Sam Chat, but our friend Michael Webba was asking, "What are your thoughts about the logo?" And I said, and the color scheme. And I said, the logo and the color scheme sort of indicate this celebration, excuse me, is going to be kind of focused on the fun factor. Now, we talked about in this video, the 60th was very serious. 60 years ago, a man with a dream. That kind of vibe. This is the more like the fun, like the 35th anniversary, or even Disneyland's Tencennial, where it was a celebration. We're having fun. There's a lot of bright colors. That's kind of the vibe I got from this commercial. We kind of called it, George, that's what they were going to do with this. But what say you?
Yeah, for me, this was the promo that was premiered on the on ABC with the Christmas holiday parade. And I have to say, I love like the startup, like with the whistling and like that kind of like upbeat kind of music. Like, again, it's very fun. It's very uplifting. It draws your attention to it. I am very curious to see, because they mentioned about like limited time offerings and new kind of like entertainment. Obviously, we know we're getting Paint the Night back, as we had mentioned earlier. We're getting the Walt Disney audio animatronic. We're getting the Pixar parade back for, it is what it is. But luckily, that's a limited time offer. That's not going to stick around forever.
Thankfully. Now, this part... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, then really quick, I was just going to say, the color scheme for the anniversary itself, I'm digging it. I'm still a little bit confused at what they were trying to go for as far as the costuming for Mickey and Minnie. It's not that I hate it. It just kind of like throws me off. It feels like it's something that should be for something different. Not for the 70th, like the style of the clothing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say too, a lot of this stuff here with the human actors and actresses or whatever, this felt like the 90s, like a 90s like Saturday morning cereal commercial.
Yes.
Like for like Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Puffs or something like that. Kind of, it was shot in a way where it reminds me of that. Yeah. Or like the oh, do I still have that? Hold on one sec, George. Do you remember these commercials?
Just squeeze it. Squeeze it.
The squeeze it drinks, from the 90s.
Yes.
Those kind of fruit juice commercials and shit like that from the 90s. That's what this looks like to me.
Yeah, I could see that. Now, if you go towards closer to I love how they have an apple to play like homage to like Snow White. I think on the table of the two that were dancing, I think they had like a little model of like Big Thunder. No, it was before that. Yeah, there it is. Right there, yeah. And then I think in the car, I think the car freshener, I think had like for Grizzly Peak. Yeah.
Grizzly Peak.
Yeah, I kind of like noticed that kind of stuff. But at the end, when you see the logo for the 70th with the pink castle, if you look at how the castle is designed, like the shape of it and how it curves on top of the 70, it almost looks like a book that's opened.
Oh,
like
yeah.
A pop-up kind of thing. That's what kind of it reminded me of.
Like a pop-up that goes like this and then yeah. No, you're right. It's a very fun vibe. This is a very different energy than the 60th. 100%. Now for the 75th, they're probably going to go back to that more serious tone of the 60th, I think.
Yeah, I think
but
so too.
I liked it. I thought this was really cute. It gives off a fun vibe. It gives off a very 90s kind of vibe for some reason, like 90s cereal commercials to me. I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting, or like, fruit juice stuff.
Just squeeze it. Squeeze it.
It gives off that energy to me. But overall, cool stuff. Great topic, Ian. Thank you so much for that topic. And we are working our way through all these member topics. Each and every one of you will get an exclusive standalone video on your topic. So stay tuned. We got a lot more of these coming. I think we got like 9 or 10 total, something like that. So we have a lot more coming through. But George Italiano, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Definitely, Ian. Thank you for the idea. This was awesome. I love doing this kind of stuff. We don't do it very often because sometimes we're so caught up in like the breaking of the news and that kind of stuff that sometimes it's nice to kind of go back and like have a little tribute kind of video of like walking down memory lane and everything. So that was a really good idea, Ian. Like, thank you so much. Kudos to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. George, where can everybody at home find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You can also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for watching. Which out of all these commercials that we played is your favorite? Which one did you like the most? Which one did you like the least? What are some of your favorite Disneyland commercial memories? If you have any, we probably will do a part 2 on this video because there's a lot we can kind of tap into. But what commercials would you like to see in a future reaction video? We'd love to hear it down below in the comment section. And if you want to be able to get your topic as a standalone video here on the channel, become a member today. And we're going to be doing these every couple of weeks. So we're going to try to knock these out first, and then we'll do another one and ask you guys and gals for more topics, and we'll start making videos based on all your topics. But again, it's only for members. So you have to become a member in order to do it. But thank you so much for watching this episode of OG55, and we're going to take it away. Actually, we're going to let the Queen take it away.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.